So how do ideas come? How do companies get started? How do people say, okay, we're going to do the next new product or service or the medicine? So I was chatting with one of my managers recently. He's a percussionist, and he's a part of a fusion band. And he said, ma'am, what we do is we come. It's not that one of us wake up one morning and came up with this new tune that we're going to compose. We all sit down and jam together. We have these jamming sessions where we have the violinist, the pianist, the mridangist, the guys on the drum or the flutist, and we all just play our own music, because it's not easy to have your own tune or compose. It's easy to play a popular number out there, which is a Bollywood or a pop song. But how do you build your own music? And he says, we have these amazing tunes, we came up working together. And this is how I think even ideas, which are when originated, get transformed into businesses, because an idea can be turned into reality only with working with like-minded people and executing it. It's easy to come up with an idea, but how many people are successful? How many people are able to build successful companies? And I think in the initial intro, there was, I don't remember who said this quote, but I think it's Einstein or someone else, and he said that, never give up. So you have to keep trying. You have to keep shaping. So in 2000, about 4 years ago, the entrepreneur bug really bit me. And I was like, okay, I've been part of a startup. I've worked in small companies, understand all departments. But it's time that I should start my own startup. But I can't do it alone. Luckily, I had a friend who I worked with earlier. We have a good working relationship. And then we sat down and started thinking of different ideas on what to build a new company on. And we said, okay, there is all these two-wheelers and cars parked in the basement. Why are we not using these assets better? Why can't we have a ride-sharing app where people who come to work give a ride to people who come by public transport and have a problem with the last-mile connectivity? So we could connect all these people who need a last-mile ride with all these people who have a vehicle. And it's not just about they getting some extra money. It's about making things happen peacefully. I would say more like have a sense of purpose. The guy feels good that he gave a lift and he got some petrol money, and the other person, instead of struggling to get into a crowded bus or bargaining and haggling with an auto, they have an app and the rider is right there and they can get into the bike and reach the office peacefully. So this was an idea, and we said, okay, let's make the app, let's make the platform. So we put our savings into it and did the app. And when we launched it, we realized that you have a lot of people willing to sign up to give a ride. And there's lots of passengers who want the ride, but they all are in different parts of the city. How do you get them all together? This means a lot of marketing, a lot of funds needed, because the concept was new and the regulations were not clear in terms of rideshare. So the government had to do more. Like if you look at Uber in the US, a private car can give a ride to another person on the road, which is not allowed in India. So the laws are very different. It's not easy to set up these businesses. So we went to the market, talked to some of the funds, and we realized maybe we need to do something different. So we pivoted and we took the idea and we modified it a little. And we said, let's do last mile delivery service. So I don't know how many of you have tried food apps, but that's on a B2C, whereas we work with B2C, B2 businesses that have a product or service, but are not able to reach the customers in a timely fashion. And today we have about 500 deliveries being done by 120 people, who delivery executives who deliver food, flowers, cakes, medicines. And one interesting story is 6 months ago, there's this small catering company called Mavadu, which wanted to deliver meals to all the senior citizens who live in Chennai, and they are ailing, not well, and the children are living in the US or living somewhere else, not able to come and cook a meal for them. and they didn't want to have their own cook. So he said, let's come up with this idea to make this food and deliver to them. But they had the kitchen, they knew they had the cooks, but they didn't have the mechanism to get the food on a timely fashion to these people. And our delivery platform came together with them, and we were able to give 30 to 40 meals 6 months ago, and today the business has grown to 350 meals. So we work with people who want to make a difference in society, but be able to do it at the right price and right cost. So this gives this sense of purpose and passion is what I think I have always looked for when I've taken different roles and different jobs. And doing all this brings a lot of satisfaction. So I like the veterinarian who spoke, Pavan, he said, you know, I enjoy doing it. I work for 12 hours, I come back, and I still have energy left in me. I think that's what drives us. I mean, you get up in the morning, you never think of work as work, because you just love doing it. So it's whether it's 12 hours, 13 hours, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. It's just about enjoying what you're doing. And even Flatirons, when I set up this company 4 years ago, this is an aerospace content company where they work with the top airlines across the world. And we have a unique product which works with all multiple airline manufacturers, and an MRO, which is a servicing mechanic. The mechanic who services the planes, he sits in an MRO, and not all big airlines have MROs. Only there are about 10 big airlines which have their own MROs. Their content it comes in different formats, and our software just integrates all of those. So it's a small niche problem, but it really helps the people on the field. So I think that purpose and solution and the problem solving is what you need to focus on. If you're starting an idea and you're starting a company and you want to do something, think of what are you solving? What is the problem? What is the problem statement, and how do you go about solving it, and then work on it. And then your idea will be turned into a successful company or a business. So my motto is work with passion. Do something with passion, and then do things that have meaning in life, you know. Bring both together, and there's nothing to stop you. You will be successful. Thank you.